Hi there, we're reporting from the Innovation Lab, and we want to tell you a little bit about what we did today on our second full day here at the Airlie Center. We looked at a lot of project priorities for a number of things that have been on the table, and did some tallying of what our main priorities were, and we've come up with three major areas that we're looking at. The first area is thinking about our archives and how they can become a living archive, a participatory archive. The second priority was the idea of, and this ties into that, of telling and capturing and telling the UMS story. So that's sort of this idea of a UMS story core. We're looking also at the notion of having a thing called the Lobby Project, which would tie our virtual presence in with our physical presence and would imagine the space of a lobby both in the venue and outside of the venue to give people a real-world opportunity for participating with each other around our performances. And then lastly, we're talking about this idea of a blog and what that would look like for UMS. So I want to draw your attention to this chart here. Oh, sorry, too quickly. Joanne, you might want to follow me. Joanne's behind the camera. We're looking at calling all of these things, kind of integrating and synthesizing them into something called the Lobby Project. The lobby is the place where you go to talk about performances. It's the place where you go to interact with people, to learn about the organization, to learn about the artist, and we like the interactive quality that it has. So we're looking at things that happen online and offline, meaning in the real world. Lots of things like blogs, behind the scenes at UMS, capturing stories, StoryCorps, making the archive come alive, and then having actual events that in the real world that connect with all of these ideas. So the next step that we took was the notion of how we might prototype some of these things and what the barriers and obstacles were. And Beth's going to kind of talk about that a little bit. Beth!
Oh, thanks, Jim. Back to you. Yeah, so we went into prototyping. As he showed before, we kind of narrowed down to three specific areas. Into what's kind of called the living archive, into the lobby events, and into a blog. And went through prototyping what these would look like and what success would look like within 6 months or by the end of the season was kind of our guideline. So what we think we could accomplish in each one of these. And with that, what the barriers and obstacles would be to creating those and to having those success. We found lots of themes actually with the barriers and obstacles, and kind of the same for success as well. So without going into too much detail for that, but got to do something tomorrow. Jim.
So the last thing I want to say is that we've had a lot of conversation today about how all of you guys back there at UMS will have opportunities to become involved in all of these things. So we just want you to know that yes, please, that we're thinking about that, and we're really excited to get back to you to get you involved. So thanks.